Jurassic World Dominion is directed by Colin Trevorrow and stars Chris Pratt, Sam Neill, Bryce Dallas Howard, Jeff Goldblum, and Laura Dern, and a ton of other actors, and tells a story after the events of Fallen Kingdom of Maisie, Owen, and Claire now living isolated from everyone and from the world, and now dinosaurs are roaming the entire Earth. But when Blue's baby and Maisie gets kidnapped for scientific purposes by Biosyn, Claire and Owen have to go on a rescue mission to try and save her and Beta, while the OG cast also had their other storyline in which they're trying to infiltrate Biosyn and trying to figure out what's going on, why are all the crops going away, and why is everything Biosyn related is being not tampered with. What's Biosyn really up to? And that's what the OG characters are trying to figure out. So their storyline is more of a heist mission, where Claire and Owen's story is more of a rescue mission. Both of these stories intertwine at the end, and our characters need to figure out how to escape the Biosyn facility alive and survive dinosaur attacks. Now, this is a film I've been very excited for. This is a conclusion to the Jurassic Park storyline from the first movie, and now this is the end of that story. Now, they say that they're going to make more movies, and how this film ended does lead to that, to more stories, but it serves more of a conclusion for the characters, because most likely we're not going to see Owen, Claire, or the OG cast ever again. This will be probably the last time we ever see them. And for that, this film feels like a good conclusion for their characters and their story arcs, and how it all set up from the first movie to now. Every character got their moment to shine. The OG cast do a really good job. All the acting from the main cast is really good. Owen, played by Chris Pratt, is a really good character. His relationship with Claire and Maisie, and how Owen and Claire are trying to learn how to be parents and trying to trust people even after the events of Fallen Kingdom, how things got really messy at that point. I think that's all very interesting to explore. How their parental instincts will kick in, and how they will do whatever it takes to try and get Maisie back. And that is also why Chris Pratt is also after Beta too, trying to get that dinosaur back from the bad guys. And the OG cast and their storylines, I'm not going to spoil much of that, since that's kept more secretive in the trailers. But what they're doing in this heist mission for Biosyn and what they're looking for, I think worked very well. And their characters have a lot of interesting stuff to do. How they interact with one another felt natural. And overall, they did not feel like just characters thrown in for fan service. They felt like they had a purpose in the story. And how the film's paced, it was very fast, but I would have to disagree with critics. I think the pacing in the first act is really, really good. I think it spent enough time setting up the world in which our characters are in, and then getting to the main story of what's going on. Sure, it's not related to dinosaurs exactly, but it's something very Crichton-esque that I really enjoyed being explored here. And I think a lot of Jurassic fans would very much get into that aspect of the film. Also, the visual effects are really good. This is probably the best looking Jurassic Park film since The Lost World Jurassic Park, in my opinion. How it blends CGI special effects with animatronic dinosaurs, I thought was seamless. The Giganosaurus animatronic was really, really good. the Dimetrodons animatronic. Basically, almost every dinosaur had an animatronic, and they worked very well. And the scenes where they do need to use CGI never felt out of place. In fact, all the CGI effects were really good. And the dinosaurs here felt a little bit more like animals this time around. The only dinosaur that did not really feel like animals were the Atrociraptors. They aren't in the movie that much. They are mostly contained in the Malta scene. And they are entertaining to watch. They're cool dinosaurs, but they do not feel like animals. I feel like every other dinosaur in this film felt a little bit more animalistic. And that had me really enjoying their screen presence here. Including the Giganotosaurus, the T-Rex, the Dilophosaurus, all that good stuff that we saw in the trailers were delivered here very well. Especially the Dilophosaurus. You're not going to be disappointed by those guys' return. The villain Dodson, played by Campbell Scott, I think is a good villain. I think he is a little bit playing towards that insane side that we know of Dodson in the novel. He is a bit unhinged and very reckless of everyone's safety, which makes him feel dangerous. His character development is not the most complex. Like, there isn't much of an arc for him, though there is one relationship between him and Mamadou. I forgot the character's name. It's one of the newer characters, his assistant, and how that kind of forms throughout this movie. I think it worked. I just didn't feel like he is scary, like he's trying to play off. But I think he still works out the villain overall, and it's probably one of the better villains in the Jurassic Park franchise. In his evil plan, I think it was also very Crichton-esque, and very much in line of what the Jurassic Park franchise was mostly about. And it's not just about dinosaurs, it's about tampering with nature in general, and the consequences of that. The dinosaurs are basically the pizza toppings of a pizza. And I think all of that jazz worked very well. What I will say was disappointing was the conclusion of the film. I feel like it needed to be on a little bit more. Like, there should have been a little bit more of a conclusion for these characters and how it ends. Sure, you know there's a conclusion. It's all there. But I feel like there could have been more explored with these characters. And I think that the movie should have gone on maybe a few more minutes. Maybe just 2. The movie is the longest in the franchise. Why not make it a little bit longer for people to see? What's good about conclusion is that you feel like everything now had a purpose. I did not feel that with the ending of this film. Not going to spoil what, but overall the ending, I feel like could have been going on a little bit more longer. But all the action sequences are really good. The direction by Colin Trevorrow was really well done. This felt like a Colin Trevorrow film. It's a lot of fun, a lot of pulpy action, and had that Jurassic World vibe that I really enjoyed of these films, mixed in with the park elements that I found enjoyable with those films too. All that matched together very well. The cinematography is beautiful. This is probably one of the best looking Jurassic Park films I've seen. The color saturation and overall cinematography was wonderful to look at. The pacing is brisk and fast, and it never slows down for me, in my opinion. I think it moved in a very steady pace. I did not feel bored. And I know a lot of people are saying that this movie is kind of boring, and I could kind of see in certain parts why. But overall, there are still enough elements for me to enjoy that I did not really find the movie boring, in my opinion. Overall, this is a really good conclusion. Only had a few minor problems here that could have made the film a little bit better. This is, in my opinion, the best Jurassic World movie in the overall Jurassic Park franchise. This is probably my 3rd favorite Jurassic film. And for that reason, I'm going to give Jurassic World Dominion an A-. Will my opinion change on the movie in further rewatch? Maybe. But as of this moment, I'm sticking to this rating. I really enjoyed the film, and I would highly recommend you guys go check it out. It's definitely not the worst in the franchise, as a lot of people are saying. Form your own opinion. If you don't enjoy the movie, that's cool. If you enjoy the movie, that's also cool. Just don't be a jerk about other people's opinions and how they feel about a movie, because that is never a good conversation to have if you are really mad about someone else having a different opinion. But overall, I enjoyed the movie and I would recommend it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys next time.